Quick Accounting and Advisory LLC, Abu Dhabi. Accounting is the bloodline of your business. We provide accurate and timely accounting with day-to-day reports on cash flow, profit and loss, and balance sheet. You do business and leave accounts to us. We will manage it for you. Call Quick Accounting and Advisory LLC at +971 50 7123 965 or visit www.quickaa.com today. Quick Accounting for perfect business. Good evening, viewers, and welcome to the 9th episode of Namaste Teacher. I am your host Valerian Dalmaida and my co-host Rajesh Sequeira from Dubai, and we are bringing this live from News Karnataka. Before we start the show, let us watch the journey of News Karnataka in the last 9 years, including the prestigious All India Chanakya Award as Media House of the Year from Public Relations Council of India, PRCI.
Karnataka's coastal capital, Mangaluru, is where the legacy of Kannada journalism began centuries ago. In the same city, a journalistic frontrunner, Spearhead Media Private Limited, was born in 2013 with a motto of not-for-profit and maximum employability. The group is a crowd-funded initiative and the parent company of our state's most preferred news website, newskarnataka.com. Today, Spearhead Media, known as People's Corporate, including 45 plus shareholders, 100 plus contributors, advertising partners, individual benefactors, and internal team of young, dynamic journalists, also has a distinction of renewing itself periodically. The evolutionary process that established Spearhead Media has also established the company's flagship media subsidiaries, newskarnataka.com, an English news portal, newskannada.com, a Kannada news portal, Karnataka Today, a monthly all-color English feature magazine, NK Plus, a bilingual e-magazine for the youth of the state, NKTV, a YouTube platform for infotainment shows, NK Live to cover live events, NK Learn, an e-learning platform, Verdevice, a design and digital media hub, Village TV, a social initiative for rural youth, and an emerging Spearhead Academy, a center for media studies with infinite possibilities. The editorial independence and integrity of newskarnataka.com and Spearhead's all media subsidiaries is unparalleled in the industry since 9 amazing years. Newskarnataka.com has had one statement of purpose: truth endures. It is News Karnataka team's commitment to their obligations that has helped the brand endure and grow over time.
Big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Let's keep it going. Media House of the Year, Spearhead Media Private Limited, Mangalore. Media House of the Year, Spearhead Media Private Limited, Mangalore. Media House of the Year, Spearhead Media Private Limited, Mangalore.
Yes, that's the story of News Karnataka for you for the last 9 years. We're in the decennial year now. And today, for the 9th episode, we have with us very well-known teacher, Father Denzil Lobo S.J, the former rector of St. Lucius College Institutions. He was also the director of IMIT, St. Aloysius Institute of Management and Information Technology, the new campus of St. Aloysius College Autonomous at Biri, Kotekar. After serving the student community at St. Aloysius College for the last 36 years, he is back at St. Joe's College, Bangalore. He teaches computer science and is the director of IT departments. Father Denzil Lobo has been a pioneer in spreading the IT education in Mangalore. Back in 1986, when there were no computers in Mangalore, he was the one who started the IT course at St. Aloysius College and has been the founder director of AICS, AIBA, and now IMET. He was also the chairman of Xavier Board for Computer Education, which offered PGDCA and diploma courses in Jesuit institutions in some of the Jesuit colleges throughout the country. Father Denzil, after completing his bachelor's degree at St. Lucius College back in 1975, where he secured second rank in Mysore University, proceeded to Loyola College, Madras to do Master of Science Chemistry. There he secured gold medal in chemistry. He was teaching chemistry at St. Lucius College since 1984 till his superannuation in September 2012. He got MS Computer Engineering from Marquette University, Milwaukee, USA in 1991. Father Denzil has held important posts. He was the rector of St. Aloysius College, Mangalore. He was also the coordinator for higher education at the Karnataka Jesuit province, has been a member of BOS and BOE at Mangalore University. His passion has been to teach computer science and chemistry. He still continues to teach computer science at IMET in spite of his busy daily schedule. He is also a visionary and has been able to set up the IT Center of St. Lucius College, Mangalore, which was inaugurated by Dr. Abdul Kalam in 2003. And he set up the new campus for management and information technology at Biri, IMET, Kotekar, which is a beautiful campus on par with foreign universities. As a teacher in 1979-80, taught chemistry at St. Aloysius College, Mangalore. It was the centenary year of St. Aloysius, and I was there. I am a centenary batch student. 1983-84, taught chemistry at St. Joseph's College, Bangalore. 1984-2019, taught chemistry and computer science at St. Lucius College. 2019 till now at St. Joseph's College, Bangalore, teaching computer science and director of the IT section, SJIIT. Rajesh?
Okay, so let me introduce all the students. And I'm sure all the students are proud of the teacher sharing their memories. And we have with us, youngest today, is Brian Fernandes. Brian Fernandes, student of Father Denzil for 2 years, that is PUC first and second year for chemistry. Presently, he is in Dubai and works at the capacity of a manager in a company. Dikshith Rai. Dikshith Rai is the founder, CEO of CodeCraft Technologies Private Limited, CodeCraft Technologies LLC, USA, and CodeCraft is a multi-award winning creative engineering company incorporated in Mangaluru, India, with offices in Bengaluru and Toronto. Solutions developed by CodeCraft are featured by Apple, Microsoft, and Intel. They work on technologies such as mobile apps, cloud modernization, edge computing, low latency network, gaming, LOT, and AI and ML. CodeCraft has won many design awards internationally. Savior, what a name. A social initiative along with Dr. Manish Rai saved several lives and trained 400 first responders in and around Mangalore at zero cost. They conducted awareness programs for BLS, attended over 4,000 people. Dikshith is also the chapter chair for CII Young Indians Mangaluru. They organized various activities for ocean cleaning, sponsoring, and delivering essentials during the lockdown. Dikshith was the director at KCCI from 2014 to 2016. He was awarded the Best Round Entrepreneur in 2016 by Spandana. Father Denzil was a director when he joined AIMIT for his MCA. He has plenty of memories to share. Pabhu Mundkur, born on 5th December 1988 to a Konkani-speaking family in Manipal. After completing his schooling at Bangalore and Udupi, he graduated from St. Aloysius College, Mangalore, student of Father Denzil for Organic Chemistry 2006 to 2009. Postgraduate in Applied Microbiology from the University of Madras, worked as a research scientist at Biocon and ITC Limited. Well, it is different now. He is a film actor. Trained at Usha Bandari's Acting and Performing Institute in 2014, from supporting character roles to his first big break in 2017, critically acclaimed Kannada film Urvi, where he played an antagonist, followed by a slapstick titled Double Engine in 2018, and then in 2019, Daughter of Parva Rathama and Relax Satya, a comedy thriller. 2020 saw his release Maya Kannadi, a crime drama where his performance was considered to be the earnest best by the critics. Prabhu is awaiting the release of two films in 2021, Mysore Diaries and Ranchi, which is a crime thriller based on true story. He will also be seen playing a vital role in director Pradeep Verma's Hindi film titled The Fallen in Murphy. His next project to go on the floors, Prabhu will be donning another hat as a screenplay writer and a co-director. Dr. Ananth Prabhu ji, student of Father Denzil 2001 to 2003, St. Aloysius PU College for Chemistry. Ananth is currently serving as a professor and principal investigator at Sahyadri College of Engineering and Management and Cyber Law and security trainer at Karnataka Judicial Academy and Karnataka Police Academy. And Anand Fernandes, CEO FrontAvenue Infosolutions and student of Father Denzil in 1993 to 1995 for the first PUC and second PUC for chemistry. So, let us start the show today to go back to the old memories. And what are we going to say? Everybody is going to say, Namaste, Father Denzil. Here we go. Namaste.
Namaste, Father Denzil. Let's
Namaste, Father Denzil.
Yes.
Namaste.
Let globally everybody hear it in one voice. Namaste, Father Denzil.
Namaste, Father Denzil.
Very good, very good. So I think so. Yes. I think so. When a teacher comes to the class, we will be saying Namaste. That's the reason we have kept the show as a Namaste.
But not at PUC level and degree level and MCA. It's a hi now.
Yeah. So we'll say.
So let us start. Welcome to the teacher and the students once again. Father Denzil, you have taught hundreds of students, interacted with their parents, other teachers, superiors, and many. Please share your experiences as a teacher for the benefit of our viewers, some memorable events, some nostalgic moments, some emotional moments, and sad and happy ones. Over to you, Father Denzil.
Thank you very much. First of all, I would like to thank you, Mr. Valerian and Mr. Rajesh, host and co-host of this program. They have taken the initiative and invited me and my friends here. I don't call them just students, I call them friends. So to be here for this interaction between their teacher and my students. I'm very happy to be here today and to recall so many memories. I started teaching back in, as I already introduced, 1979-80. That was my first experience of teaching in the college, in the PUC and the degree. And I loved that. That was the first experience. Of course, first year, the students also tried their pranks, etc. I still remember one incident in the first year PUC, that is 79-80 batch. I was fresh, I was a fresh graduate, and then after completing my philosophy in Pune, I came to St. Aloysius College, and it was a very important year in the history of St. Aloysius College. And I was facing the board, and suddenly, as usually happens, when a new lecturer comes in, rocket was thrown at me. So I wanted to find out who the guy was. I was not able to find out. Then somehow I asked them, and of course, when you ask them, nobody will give you the answer. But then what I did was, the same evening, I went around visiting some of the houses, went up to Bundel and MRPL, some of the houses, and then talked to those students and all, and came back. And of course, it was first experience of me. I still remember that experience. But these are the small things which were very important in our lives. And then I have really enjoyed my teaching career at St. Aloysius College. One more, I was very friendly with students outside. Very, very friendly, talk to them, smile and laugh and all that. But inside the class, I could be terror. So much so, I still remember the name Somayaji. I think it was his batch of 84 or 85, 87 batch of PUC. And he used to say, you are a chameleon, he said. You are a chameleon. You change your colors because you are very strict inside. Outside, you are very free, etc. Because sometimes, especially PUC students try to take advantage. If you are very friendly with them, they think they could be, they can show that they are friendly with the teacher inside the class. So, and I put them down like anything. So that way, I was able to control my class. But so that way, it has been a beautiful experience. So I started my career there in St. Aloysius College. And for 36 years, I was at St. Aloysius College. I think none of the very few Jesuit fathers have been there for such a long time. I think one is Father Leo, who was the principal just after the centenary. He has been still there. So I have come out of St. Aloysius College. So centenary year was a very beautiful year. And still remember beautiful memories of the President of India coming. And I was the photographer. I was the star photographer. We did not have other. I took color photography those days. And then those days, Kodak rolls and all, no digital photography. So I used to take photographs. I used to do the printing of black and white. We had a dark room there. We used to print those photographs. Immediately, we used to put them on the notice board because we have so many activities, sports day, and so many activities used to be there. So I did that. And then still there are so many of those photographs are there. And to print, I had to send all the way to Rome those days because there was no color printing in Mangalore. And so it was very expensive. And it was done in Rome and then were sent back to me. So these are some of the beautiful memories of 79-80, my first year of experience. After that, I went to Pune, then came to St. Joseph's College for 83, 84. I taught here at St. Joseph's College. And 84, I was transferred to Mangalore. And I was teaching chemistry. Suddenly in 86, one of our old students, Mr. Aubrey D'Souza, he gave a computer, donated a computer to St. Aloysius College. Father Leo D'Souza said, Father Denzil, why don't you be in charge of the computer center? I said, I don't know anything about computers. Still remember, when I was in Bangalore, 83, 84, one of my students took me to his office, his father's workshop, and he said, this is the computer. I said, oh my, this is a computer. I said, I'll never be in charge of the computer, never use the computer. But suddenly I was put in charge of the computer center. I did not know what to do. I did not know anything about computers. Then I went to Trichy because at St. Joseph's, we had the computer center there. I went there, stayed there for a month or so, learned some computers and came back. So that way, then we introduced various courses in computers. That is about how we started a computer journey at St. Aloysius College, a computer revolution. And we were the first ones to introduce computer studies in Mangalore. Even our banks did not have. I still remember all outside Syndicate Bank, they used to have placards there. We don't want computerization. We don't want computerization. Just imagine if there was no computerization, how these banks would have functioned and how any of the businesses. Now, quite a number of you are in computers. All the time we are using our laptops, our computers to do our work. But those days they were placards and saying against computers. And I'm very happy that thanks to Father Leo. Leo is a great mentor. he introduced me, and then he said, then I was there. Then I said, you go for higher studies. I went to America, did my computer engineering, came back, and then I was able to introduce computer studies, advanced computer studies at St. Aloysius College. And I was given such an amount of freedom. I was entrusted with so much responsibility. That helped me to grow up. And then we started, of course, first we had 4-terminal machine. And we thought that was the everything of computers. Suddenly, computer revolution was there, desktop computers. Still remember coming to Bangalore those days, that was in 88 or so. Yeah, and then taking about 5 Shiva computers, desktop computers, all the way to Bangalore, installing them. There were just 286 processor was there, very slow computers. Now none of our students would like to work on that. But that was how we began. My interaction with students has been beautiful. And I'm very happy that I'm in touch with quite a lot of our old students and interacting with them. And thanks to the social networking now with WhatsApp and Facebook, etc., I can be in touch with students and say hi to them, maybe wish them some of them on birthdays, etc. So that way I have built up a rapport with my students. And one thing I did was, outside students were friends. I did not treat them like I was teacher and I was lecturer and they were students, etc. So all the time it has been a good relationship with students, and I cherish all these moments. And I remember, for example, Anand's group. I think there's a photograph also. We went for a picnic to Sahyadri, I remember. So all of us went for a picnic to Sahyadri in a big group. So such memories are there. And also, I was in charge of student ICUF program. And with that, I could take ICUF students to where we took students to Mundkur. We stayed there. We went to the villages. We worked there. And later, when we started MCA program, and Dikshith remembers, I'm sure. So we had made rural visits compulsory, because I said, yeah, you are going to be a big person, etc. Then you are going to forget the reality of our country, the rural reality. Then I said, let us go to these places, Mundkur, and live there. And we saw that the students lived not in a group, because when they live in a group, it becomes like a picnic. And I said, no, students should stay in the houses of those people, 2 and 2 like that, and then truly experience the hospitality. And that is what the students always said. Before going, they said, no, I have got problem. I have stomach problem, kidney problem, and all those problems are there before going. And after, then I said, no, if you don't go, you won't get your certificate. Then they went. And after coming back, they said, Father, I wish we stayed there for 2 more days. Because it was a beautiful experience in the villages, interacting with these simple village people, because their hospitality is superb. And they remember. And some of the students have gone back to those villages and supporting the education of those students from villages. So I always used to tell, yes, you have opportunity to come to an institution like St. Aloysius College and get good education. There are in villages students who are as good, maybe sometimes better than you and I, who are intelligent, but they don't have an opportunity to come up. Therefore, let us do something. Let us become aware of the reality of the village life, and so that we do something for students, to these children, etc. And I'm very happy that many of our alumni have really interacted with students, and they also want to do something for their for the less fortunate persons. I'm very happy that many of the students have, having a very good position in life now. Among you, only all of you are one is actor, then CEO, then a professor. Ananth has been doing fantastic work with so many motivating so many young people, teaching them, interacting with the police departments. Something beautiful. Anand is also CEO, and of course Brian is there, and so many other people are doing so well. And very happy. From my first batch, that is 79-80 for the Dan who is the present provincial, my own superior, was my student in 79-80. That is during centenary year, he did his first year PUC. Then afterwards, after becoming a Jesuit also, 83, 84, 85, I taught him chemistry. Similarly, the rector of St. Joseph's College, Father Brian Pereira, he was also a student of mine. My own rector, Father Swibert, who was principal at St. Aloysius College, I taught him in 79-80 when he was in BSc as a young scholastic. So that way, so I have had my own students doing so well in life, and they are different parts of the world. There were some students who wanted to join from Australia. They cannot because it's 3 o'clock in the morning now. They say we cannot get up at 3 o'clock and join. And then there are, in America, quite a number of our students, old students are there. Very, very happy that they are doing well and they are contributing something towards our country and towards the development of the whole world, I would say, because we are spread out throughout the world, and that is the great contribution we can do. Maybe this is what at the moment I have to say. Afterwards, yeah, you can do it. Yeah.
Thank you, Father Denzil. And
Mr. Valerian,
yes.
Mr. Valerian, I remember in 1986-87, I am the batch of 1987. And during that time, I remember that computer department was a small department on the right-hand side. As you enter, there was a small department there. And one of our friends, I remember Marian Rodriguez, always I mentioned, because he was quite involved with the Father Denzil, and they were so much involved with the computer science. I can, when I recollect that things, I only think of computer father.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. And though I am not a student of Father Denzil, I know him very well because my brother is also a Jesuit, and he knows about it. Father Francis de Almeida, who is now the principal at Loyola College, Bangalore. I knew Father Denzil from 1980 because I was a centenary batch student, and I still remember that I was the MC for the Konkani Mass. In the centenary Konkani Mass, the president came for the inaugural, and the then president, and I think Sanjeev Reddy and Father Arupe, what do you say, the superior or head of Jesuits, he was there. And these are the memories, and I have got a lot of memories with Father Denzil. But today it is his show and his students' show. So let's start the show with the memories of the students of their teacher, Father Denzil Lobo, to share what they did in the class and before and after, and what are they doing. All those things. Let us hear from them. I will start. Share your memories of your teacher when you were his student. I'll start from the youngest one, Brian.
Brian, yeah.
Namaste, Father Denzil.
Namaste.
How are you doing?
Well, very well.
In fact, when Father Denzil just reminded his entire life the past 30-35 years, it brought me back. That it's been almost 15 years now since I have studied under him, and he brought back the traces of the things which we had gone through during those 2 years of my education under him. In fact, I have a lot of memory. I don't know how much time I will be able to speak, but I would like to take the maximum time over here. My first brush with Father Denzil was in 1999. I still remember the Gonzaga block was just constructed at that time, and we were the first batch of students who had entered Gonzaga blocks, if I'm not mistaken. And we could see Father Denzil coming all the way walking from the main block, because I think so the chemistry department was in a different building. He used to teach us chemistry, and it was in a different building, and he used to come all the way walking from there. And at that, even when I had seen him that time, there was a lot of girls in our class who used to say, "Oh, he's the most handsome priest we have in St. Aloysius College." And as what Father Denzil had mentioned, like he was a friend with almost everybody outside the class, but there was a non-partial treatment inside the class. So whatever we tried to be a good friend with him, that never helped us to get any extra marks, during our exam time. He was very much, strict on giving us marks. And probably that was one of the reason which helped us to strive more. He always told us that you need to put in more and more efforts to get maximum rewards. In fact, I have another memory. I'm not sure whether how many students here are aware. Father Denzil and his pets, which were there in the campus. It was, I think so, kilobyte, megabyte, gigabyte, and he had this very unique signal to call them. He had to just wave his keys, and wherever these I'm not sure how many of y'all will agree with me, but he had this very unique way of communicating or calling them, and wherever they were, they would come running around. Father Denzil being a Jesuit, I have had the privilege even to visit his accommodation a couple of times. Trust me, it's a very simple living which he used to, which he has, and which he even still continues. In fact, before we started the show, what I see him today, what I saw him 15 years back, and I'm sure even my other participants who are here, they would all say that he has not changed a bit at all. He's still the same. I think the secret is because he used to do a lot of walking inside the campus, and that is one of the reasons why he has always remained the same. He has one of the I would really like to take this opportunity to thank Father Denzil for not only guiding me, but guiding generation and generation of students towards the right direction, and telling them that okay, he always mentioned this to me, like Bran, you will always get opportunities to have a shortcut in life, but don't take them, because eventually somewhere down the line you will always find some major pitfalls in that. I would like to take one example, and I would like to say why this is very much relevant even today for me. I'm talking way back in 1999, where a mobile phone was a luxury at that point of time. I don't remember many people at that point of time having a phone, and it was my in my second year of PUC, my final chemistry exam, laboratory exam was going on. And for some reason, what was given to me to find out the salt, for some reason it was coming wrong, and I was really worried and panicked. But as what Father Denzil had told, you don't use any shortcut, just follow the procedure. And eventually I didn't get the result, and I was very much upset. And I thought that okay, I'm not done well. Probably I'm going to get less marks in my chemistry paper. And that time, since there was no WhatsApp, communicating with each other, it was just like rumors. It used to spread around. I'm sure Rajesh and Anand and all would probably be able to relate. At that era, the communication was very different than what we have it now. Somehow, the news went to Father Denzil that this has gone wrong with Brian, and I didn't know how to mention it to him. So he took all the trouble to figure out what went wrong, and I feel very proud today to tell you all that he called me the very next day over a landline. He went all the way to the office, figured out from my documents my landline number of my residence. He called me to tell me that, Brian, the sample what was given to you was contaminated. So automatically what you did was everything was right. So you get full marks in your chemistry lab exam. And probably nobody would take this kind of an effort to dig deep and find out all these things. I'm sure if it was somebody else in any other college, I'm not sure whether they would go all the way to do this particular exercise, figure out like how come it can go so wrong. But all thanks to Father Denzil, he took that trouble, and I really admire it, because I was shocked. He getting a phone call from Father Denzil over your landline at residence. It should either be that you have been, a very bad student that he wants to talk to your parents, or there has to be something, something really surprising. And when he called me, I really couldn't believe it. And that's the reason why I'm still able to relate that, what he said, that you don't use shortcuts in life, go through the right path, and success would definitely come down somewhere down the line. And as a matter of fact, one of the most forward-thinking person who was responsible to bring St. Aloysius College into the global map, I give that major credit to Father Denzil. He was very forward-thinking and much ahead of its time. In fact, as I said, I had met Father Denzil first time. I had seen him, or I had known about who is Father Denzil in 1997. That time I had just completed my 8th standard, and for my summer vacation, I was told you need to do something in computer. So go to Aloysius College. There is a computer center, and learn what course they are giving. It was the first time I had seen who is Father Denzil, and that time you said, like, he's Father Denzil. He went to America. He's come from America, so they were calling him America Father. And that was the first time I had even seen a computer. I think it's still there outside.
Museum.
Yeah, it's still there. I think I saw it that time in 1997. So it was really I have never seen it anywhere else at that era of time. So bring computers to change the entire dynamics in that era within Mangalore. I give that complete credit to Father Denzil. He has been fantastic in that. As a lecturer for chemistry, 2 years, he's been brilliant with us because handling 90-95 students and teaching them and making sure that they understand what he's saying, it's a big challenge. And Father Denzil, knowing us backbenchers, how notorious we were, he has been very successful in making sure that we fare well in the exam. So I have these very beautiful memories with Father Denzil, and even after completing my graduation, whenever I go down to India, I try to meet Father Denzil. I keep communicating with him. I still remember his birthday is on September 17th or 19th. 19th. I still remember, and we keep communicating. We meet during Christmas time. We meet each other. So it's been a continuous relationship that I have been able to cherish and enjoy with Father Denzil. Thank you very much, Father Denzil. Thank you very much, Father Denzil, for being with me.
Thank you, Brian. That was wonderful, and I am really touched by the telephone call that is done by Father Denzil. And normally, what happens is when you know that something has gone wrong, you try to be negative and feel that something has gone wrong. Entirely, I really appreciate Father Denzil to call you and to tell you and say that the sample given is contaminated, and that's a fantastic thing a teacher can do and boost the morale of the student and his entire life, which stays as memory with you. Thank you for the Denzil.
Nobody takes that extra mile, actually.
Exactly.
Nobody takes that extra mile. So
this is what I'm trying to tell viewers. Please see what teachers are doing for the students and how it changes their entire life. And now I come to Dikshith. He said he has a lot of memories to share, but Dikshith, you have 3 to 4 minutes to share.
Yeah. So I always remember Father Denzil as a friend more than anything else, right? So I know him from my school days. We used to play basketball, and my MCA, again, I came back to after my PU. I was little notorious during the few days, so my parents didn't want me to study in Mangalore. So kind of moved out, and finally, instead of engineering, I don't know why I chose BCA. And finally ended up back in Aloysius because I was kind of very happy with the education there in Mangalore than doing it in Bangalore. So came back and again back to MCA, right? I remember, him more as a friend. He was quite strict when it comes to discipline, right? And I think as a student, during our college days, most of them take very lightly what is this and things like that. And we really appreciate it after we finish our education, right? I even now I tell my niece, today it might look like irritation, right? But you will really value it maybe later on when you really understand the value of it. And I think Father Denzil has worked really hard to put this in all his students. I always say he's the CEO of the college and school. I mean, Aloysius, there are so many, we have, different fathers, but Father Denzil has been like a cornerstone, right? Everybody knows Father Denzil, right? And I mean, the way he's taken St. Aloysius, I think many CEOs cannot take the companies to that level, right? He has really taken it like right there, right? So, I mean, nobody can discount that, right? Everybody knows, right? We don't have to tell that, right? So he's been fantastic. And our trips to Mungud also, I remember, nobody wanted to go, like who will go to these villages and things like that. And we were put in a place where we have never stayed before. I think there were no bathrooms, like nothing, absolutely nothing. But towards the end of the trip, all of us enjoyed. I remember like we had our breakfast in a cow shed, right? Like cow is right here, and all of us like, is it going to, and we have to eat our food there, and but we really enjoyed the hospitality with very little. How they treated us was like next level. We all enjoyed it. So, everything I would say about Father Denzil is good. I mean, he's been an amazing mentor. I remember during our MCA days, we had to wear blazers on Monday, right? And all of us, at least few of us, I don't know, we had a kick out of it, I think, not wearing that, just to show that we are like different. But now I feel how stupid we were by doing all that. And we used to escape through the library and go down and then come from the lab. And I remember after a few weeks, Father Denzil is standing right there. Came up. And these are all fun times. I mean, the value of a teacher is understood more when you're out of the school, right? And thank you so much. You've really, changed lives for, I don't know even if you can count, but like so many people out there, right? I remember another teacher I remember from Aloysius is Lawrence Pinto, right? He's, teachers really make a lot of difference, right? And the value is understood once you get out. I mean, in school, it is because you're telling them what they don't want to listen, right? So sometimes it is hard to understand the value, but you really shape a lot of lives. And thank you for that.
Thank you, Dikshith. And half a minute extra for you to share the basketball days with Father Denzil.
What do I say? I mean, he's a fantastic basketball. I remember, we were in school and we used to play with all the degree guys, right? And we had a different batch initially. And then, we used to get mixed up with all he was a fantastic player. I would only say that.
Yeah, I was very happy to see because Dikshith was always there in the basketball court. And many students ask me, do you still play basketball? I stopped playing basketball over the last 12 years because I said, if I fall, I'm quite old. But suddenly, about 2 months back, I've started playing again. So I'm playing basketball again at 70.
Okay, great. Great, wonderful. And thank you, Dikshith. That's wonderful. You're sharing your memories of Mungod. The simple people and how hospitable they are. Then let's go to Dr. Ananth. Father said a lot of social work and other things. But before that, your memories of Father Denzil.
Thank you, sir, for giving me the opportunity. And it's an honor, in fact, to talk about Father Denzil. So many things to talk, but haven't been given just 3 minutes. I was a student in PU, and then I was not a very bright student or a brilliant student. But then, if you had asked me back then which was my most favorite subject, it would have been undoubtedly chemistry, because Father Denzil, used to make classes so interesting that you won't believe I used to go after classes and ask doubts with father. And I've never done that with any teacher for that matter. All right. So that was the level at which father used to inspire all of us. And I feel whatever skills father used to impart in school, in college, that is what I've imbibed, and that's the teacher I've become now. So in fact, I'm living what I've learned from Father Denzil. And talking about memories, not many memories in college, but then I've made it a point to visit Father at least once or twice in a year, right from 2003, because 2003 is the year when I came out of St. Aloysius, and then 2021, and I've made it a point to meet Father every time. And every time I meet Father, there is so much to learn from Father. What I feel is Father is a package of making students not just school smart, but also street smart. Because in order to be successful in life, we are seeing so many successful people here. We are seeing Dikshith, we are seeing Anandji, we are seeing Pabhu Mundkur, we are seeing all of them, Brian, all of them being successful in life. And it's because of blessings from Father. That's what I have to tell. And I'll make it a point to meet Father every year, because there's so much to learn, and Father inspires, and that's the best thing about Father Denzil.
Thank you.
Wow.
Ananth has been very...
Wow. Yeah. Viewers, just take a cue from Dr. Anand, so humble and so simple that he's giving you a cue. Please visit your lecturer or teacher at least once a year or twice a year, or after this show, if you're watching it live, immediately call your teacher right now and talk to your teacher, and he or she will be definitely happy. And I go back to Dikshith, what he said, Father Denzil, no doubt, he is the CEO of IMIT, and he is the cornerstone or, of IMIT and Kotegar Biri, campus. That's so wonderful. And now, Father Denzil, I will come to you to give you everything once everybody shares.
Okay.
I'll come back to you. I will now go to the techie turned film actor, Prabhu.
Hello, everyone. I did my graduation Aloysius from 2006 to 2009. I was a microbiology student. Exactly, I agree with Brian, Dikshith sir, and Anand sir as well. 3 minutes is actually not enough to say about Father Denzil. It's very little of the time. But I can tell one particular instance which actually made a lot of difference. Not just difference, I in fact even apply it even now. As you all know, my graduation was from 2006 to 2009. So 2008 and 9 was year of recession. We all know that. So we had this science fest called as Imprints. And you know what used to happen during this Imprints is we had to go to the sponsors with a pamphlet or something like that. And, we had to request them to, sponsor for the event. And that year, unfortunately, what happened was everybody had this reasoning saying that, it's a year of recession, we can't do anything. People are in fact thinking to give even 500 and 1,000 rupees that year. And for us, it was like something new. We are not exposed to something like that, right? We had our own presentation, very amateurish, but we had our own presentation, took father's help because he was too good with the computers. And we did our brochures and all. Then we go to places. We were just returning with nothing in our hand. But then, we knew, I was the finance coordinator, and I knew that, we need so much to do things. There was a time, there is one saying in Kannada, Devru Kotru Pujari Beda Anta. So, what happened once? I go to Karnataka Bank, I meet some general manager, and I give all the brochure and all. I present it as if, too professional for that level. And I just talk to him. We have so many things, and, your Karnataka Bank logo will come everywhere, this and all. He was not bothered about the whole thing. And he was like, he just heard, and he was like, no, we don't have any budget for this and all. I was totally devastated because that was the last hope, Karnataka Bank. And I came to father, and father was like, okay, do one thing. He gives me a number and he asked me to call this person. And I asked, what is his designation? He's chairman, Ananth Krishna, sir. He was chairman then. And I was like, father, are you sure? Can I talk to chairman directly? He was like, go and talk to him. I was very scared because, I was 18 then, and, directly talking to the chairman of Karnataka Bank. I was really scared. But somehow I made myself mentally strong, and I just go to the chairman's office, and I got the appointment and just entered the chairman's office, and I explained the same thing, the same procedure of giving him the brochure and talking to him. I mean, of course, chairman then would have thought that, okay, a kid has come from this college and all. But I explained the whole thing, and I told about the whole event and all. I don't know what he saw in me. He immediately sanctioned a check of 2 lakhs rupees. And that was quite shocking for me. People talk about recession everywhere. And all of a sudden, I go to the chairman and I go and, I explain the same thing, whatever I explained to even the smallest of smallest people then. And this man gives me so much. Okay, I come back to Father Denzil. I was shocked. And I get this check in front of Father Denzil. Father Denzil, what just happened? He just told me one thing. Always go to the biggest people. You don't lose anything. You don't lose anything. And till date, I have been applying the same thing. If I want something, I just go to the highest authority and I just try doing things. We don't lose anything. So this is one small example of life, what Father Denzil taught me then. And I've been applying that every now and then. And there are so many of thoughts like that. Maybe there are few thoughts what he had told about personal life as well. In the nuptial mass, he actually preaches, right? So I don't know. Father used to tell me in Bible, they say, it's always 50% giving and 50% you get back, something like that. But Father always used to preach that it is always 100% you should give. And you expect nothing, but you do get something out of it. So I apply that in my personal life as well, Father. So,
he has got twins. He has got twins.
Yeah, I've got twins.
Right.
So there are so many things like that. And as Brian sir told about his unique way of calling his pets, may like Dikshith sir told about, he was more like a friend. I never saw him as a teacher there. But yeah, definitely he had 2 sides, just like a coin. Maybe I think I learned acting from you, Father. He used to act very well. So yeah, that's it. And as Anand sir say, I make a point every year for Ganesha Chaturthi. I go to my native and I make a point that I meet Father Denzil when he was in Bangalore. But now that he's in Joseph's, recently he called me for one of the show as the chief guest of honor. I was so proud to be there with you, Father. And with respect to Luscious, there are many memories. And I was so proud when I actually got a chance to shoot my film titled Murphy, which I'm doing right now in prestigious campus of St. Aloysius College. Thank you so much for everything, Father.
So
Thank you.
His girl's friend used to stay outside. He used to come into my room. Both of them married, have kids now.
Okay.
We are married
Thank
now.
you. Thank you, Prabhu, for sharing your memories. And now we come to, because it's almost 1 hour. And still, Father was saying how many, what's the time? So, Father, we might be a little delayed, but it's interesting. Let's hear from Anand now. What are his memories with Father Denzil?
Hello everyone.
Yes.
I think all the other speakers have touched on so many things of Father Denzil, and actually I echo the same thoughts. Father Denzil has actually touched all of us, I think, in his own unique way. And this has been happening through the ages. And if you see among the crowd who is there, other than Rajesh, I am his oldest student over here. So I know Father Denzil for the last 25 years. We actually lovingly call him as Father D, not Father Denzil, just Father D. And that is how we have been calling him from all these years. Officially, he has taught me chemistry, but unofficially, he has taught me many lessons in life. And again, the same thought was raised by sometime. Father Denzil, me and my classmates have always considered Father Denzil to be a visionary and a person ahead of his time. And it was so amazing to see how he could switch between so many different fields, from running that computer center of excellence to chemistry to running a B school. He has been really awesome. He has been instrumental in the growth of St. Aloysius institution and inspiring generations of students, you could say. With regard to the chemistry class, and this was the first, I think, after he came from US, we used to find Father Denzil as very well researched for his lecture. His classes were quite well structured, very organized. And his teaching at that time also, it was quite different from the other teachers. I think since he had just come back from US, he was trying to introduce the best practices, what he had learned over there. And in fact, he took, he wanted to make sure each of his students understood and gave enough time to address any questions. And also, if need be, he conducted a lot of special classes during that time to help us after school hours. And this one, he was trying to help people. I think many of my classmates, I think, did very well in whatever subjects he taught us. And one good thing about Father Denzil was he never had any one single favorite. Everyone was his favorite. So there was no discrimination of any sort. He was friendly. He was helpful. He was our friend, our mentor. We could confide with him on anything. When we organized our own students only outing, Father D was the only teacher we invited to join us. And luckily, he used to join us. If you see the photos which are shared with Father D, it's very difficult to identify that there is a teacher among us. It is more looks like we are friends gone for an outing. It was like that. And Father Denzil said he was very strict. Okay, he was strict, but I don't think he was so strict in class. He was strict in the lab, actually. He was quite strict. And after many years, when I asked him a reason, why, Father, why you are like this different? He used to say, like, there are a lot of dangerous chemicals in the chemistry lab, and you wouldn't want any of his students to be harmed in the process. So he was just trying to be protective about us. I guess as students, we don't realize the thoughts, the concerns our teachers have for us. And another memory was Brian also raised and other guys about the dogs. I think during Brian's time, it was kilobytes and megabytes. During our time, it was bits and bytes.
Slowly graduated.
Slowly graduated. And he used to make sure, other than they following him, he used to take them to the canteen. They used to follow him to the canteen. And he used to give that bonda and goli bhaji, all the nice things of Mangalore, what Mangalore is famous for. So he used to actually take care of them. And also he used to give this, take care of his dogs, give them bath and other things. So he had a very good relationship. With this thing also, he was actually doing two things. He was showing us how to be compassionate. And the second thing was he was trying to get in us awareness about computers. Otherwise, for us at that moment of time, what is bits, what is bytes, none of us would have known. But he used to put these small things and give. I don't know where he has reached with the dogs now, terabyte or giga or whatever. But it was really nice at the father trying to build this in his own unique way. And when he started the computer center, there were other big players there like Aptech and NIT. But he made St. Aloysius, the computer center, much better than that. And also, I think Dikshith played basketball with him, and father used to play a lot of basketball with us because during our time also it was there. And he was very fond of us. He used to encourage us, motivate us. And since we were in first PUC, and we had that inter-class tournament, and he promised us, you win the tournament, like we had to beat the seniors and win the tournament, that he would give us a special surprise. And the surprise was we won the tournament. And the surprise was really special. He took us to the top of the St. Aloysius Tower. On the high school, there's a tower, and showed us the view of Mangalore. It was really a wonderful sight for all of us, for us at that moment of time. On a personal front, when I had a personal tragedy and lost my brother during my engineering time, actually, Father Denzil was the first person to reach out to me. He came around 6 o'clock to my home and consoled me. I will always feel grateful to him for this gesture. Even though father has been busy, somehow he has made up time and to meet up or chat with his old students. And also he has that incredible ability to remember names of most of his students.
Okay.
And
Right.
Father D, last I would like to add, like Father D has inspired and continues to inspire thousands and millions of students. I am very glad to be one of them, actually.
Thank you, Anand. And Father, your students have shared their memories, and I'm sure many of them, maybe many of them watching the show, which, as you said, people from, students from Australia or US could not join because of the time gap that we have. I'm sure the students who have shared the memories and out there would like to listen from you the reactions for their memories.
Yeah, very nice. I'm very happy that my friends have shared so many beautiful experiences, memories. And Anand was a great basketball player. And when he did his engineering, he was the captain of the basketball team of the university, I think. And then he also got a rank. So I used to always quote his example. So you could be very good in athletics and in sports, and at the same time in your academics. And he is a good example of that. Others mentioned about what is that dog? No, I've got good number at the moment. I don't have much. No, there are 3 dogs here, but they are good friends. But those days I named these dogs at kilobyte, megabyte. Then went on. I would like to narrate one story. I had a black dog. Mostly black dogs used to come there. I remember. And then once I was on a Sunday, I was preaching in the church chapel there, and I started saying that I have a black dog. I will try to. Suddenly, this black dog came right across, right on top where I was preaching. He came to right on top where I was preaching. Then I said, "I'm talking about this dog," I said. And the dog stood there, laid there for some time till I finished my sermon. After that, he went back. So this is a good memory of a dog. And as I said, Mundkur said, I used to have a bunch of keys and then ring them immediately. Dogs would come and meet me. And they used to be in my office also. So those are some of the experiences. One more thing also, I was always telling, especially at the PUC and degree level also, you use 2 kinds of pens, a red pen and a blue pen. Red pen to write all the equations and then maybe some of the important points. And I was surprised 2 years back, one of my old students who is in Bombay, who is working, "Father, do you remember you used to tell us to use 2 pens? I still use 2 pens. And then I tell others also to use 2 pens. Because these are some of the strategies which students need to learn. And as Anand said, I used to be very strict in the laboratory. Yes, laboratory used to be, I used to really scream sometimes because we used to have competition. Mr. Somayaji used to be in the other laboratory and I used to be in one laboratory. He also used to scream and I also used to scream because students, so negligent. They were not adding exact amount, especially while titrations, etc. But sad to say, our education has become just memorizing. These days also, I listen to students, the moment their chemistry, then I ask them questions. Though I have not taught chemistry for the last now 15 years or so, I still remember chemistry as analysis. I ask them, what happens, etc. This brown gas is there. What is the brown gas? They do not know. This is unfortunately, they are memorizing for examination. They are not really understand true chemistry, what is happening. So that's why I wish I can go back now, because when we were teaching, we did not have the facilities we have now. Every student's internet access, all these are available, and they can learn so much more than what they would have done years back. So I really wish I can go back and teach chemistry again, and then bring in all the facilities which are available to students these days. I'm very happy that, see, one more thing, what I'm doing is, see, people are saying, how is that you look young and all? It is a secret, but nobody wants to follow the secret. I get up every day at 4:45, then do exercise for 20 minutes in my room. then of course mass and meditation, etc. In the evening, I walk again for half an hour. And I've started, I never played TT in my life. About 4 months back, I said, let me start TT because otherwise you're left out, because older, no? So I've started playing TT now. Afterwards, for half an hour, I play TT. And it's very important as we grow older to keep ourselves busy, Unfortunately, these days, people don't do. And also, exercise is very important. Most of you are working, sitting all the time. Unless you do exercise, you cannot shed your weight. And very important that as you grow higher up, then you are slim and then you control your diet and do work. You need not do pumping exercises to become but certain 20 minutes of exercise is very important to survive. And see, we have heard about Puneet, actor, a young person and doing exercise only he passed away. So therefore, we need to be careful also while doing that. So I'm very happy that my students have been there. They have shared their beautiful memories, and I also cherish so many other memories. And I'm very happy that all of them and many more around the world are doing well in life, and that makes me very happy. To be in touch with the students and they know what they are doing, and then when they are doing well, we feel very happy that they are doing well. And also happy that even my teachers who taught me in 8th, 9th and 10th are still alive. I did my high school in Puttur, and very happy that my teachers, one is Mr. Suresh Shetty, other one is Ravindra Rao, and then these are still alive and they're in touch with me with WhatsApp. Can you believe that my own teachers who are in their 80s are in touch with me, as I am also in touch with quite a number of my students through WhatsApp. That is, networking has helped to be in touch with people. So this way, so they also admire me that I have come up in life. I was a very ordinary guy, but then the opportunities I got, especially in the Society of Jesus, Jesuits, I was given so much of opportunities, so much of support, especially Father Leo is the one who supported me, who wanted me to go to United States and study and come back. So because of that, and also, see, I was able to do means with the other help of other people. We started that IT center, and we saw that Dr. Abdul Kalam, who was the president, came, and to do that, I had to immediately contact Mr. George Fernandes. George Fernandes was the defense minister. I called him up, I spoke to him. I have gone to Delhi and stayed in his house for full day, morning till evening, because I wanted to go to Rashtrapati Bhavan. He made arrangements. I went to Rashtrapati Bhavan, and the president came. Both of them came to inaugurate our IT building. Then we said, all right, we have IT building for MCA, and we started MBA. That place was not enough. I said, let us move to a new campus. We were lucky. Father Francis was the rector then. So we bought a property, about 17 acres of property at Beery, and then we put up a beautiful campus, and we got so much support. And I have been able to, one thing is, I have been able to meet simple people and at the same time big people like Mr. Prem Vatsa, who is from Canada. He's a great personality. He is known as the Warren Buffett of Canada. A great donor. And when I met him, I did a presentation in Canada in 2006, and he said, Father, I am with you. And he gave $1 million those days for our new campus. So like that, I've been able to contact our alumni, friends, and all of them have come, most of them have come forward to help. So that's why I had a vision for putting up a beautiful campus, and it has happened with the help of so many people, and of course support of our rectors and provincial. Without that, nothing moves. So they have been helpful, and with that, we have been able to have a beautiful campus to really train our young people to be somebody in life, and leadership. That is very, very important. So
thank you, Father.
So, Valerian, I think so. Yes. Dr. Ananth has got something to talk.
Yes.
I
Dr.
like the
Ananth?
way, what, in the class also we put a hand when we have got a question.
Yes, Dr. Ananth.
Yeah. So I think why Father still looks young and energetic is because he exuberates positivity. Because
Right.
most of us are busy being negative, thinking how I can come above somebody else, or how I can make sure that that guy goes down and I come forwards. That way, we have so much of negativity, and I've never seen Father being negative or thinking bad about anybody for that matter. And because he exuberates positivity, we can see that aura around Father, which is why he looks young, energetic, and it's a magnetic kind of a personality where everybody gets attracted to Father. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Ananth.
Thank
And Father, everyone said, and also they put, very handsome, guy. Like, Father, keep fit, and we would like to have you look like this for long years. And let's take a break now, and we'll come back in 30 seconds. Thank you.
Thank you.
Are you in the food industry, in the hospitality or healthcare industry, or just going out camping? Think Everwhite for all your hygiene needs. Facial tissues, hand towels, toilet rolls, AutoCut and Maxi rolls, paper napkins, bed couch rolls, aluminum containers, aluminum foil rolls, cling films, food wraps and baking paper. Remember always to pack it with Everwhite, wrap it with Everwhite, bake it with Everwhite, wipe it with Everwhite. Don't ever lose sight of Everwhite.
Okay, back to live. Rajesh?
Okay, yes. So now I'm asking all the students once again, how teachers change the generations through their dedicated service. So I'll start with Anand now. Over to Anand. How teachers change the generations through their dedicated service?
I think that's a really good question, actually, because a great teacher is always warm, accessible, enthusiastic, and caring. And this is a teacher to whom students, they can go and share any of their problems. And they have a great listening skill and take time out of their busy schedule for anyone who needs them. Father Denzil has been all of this. And teachers are role model and make the biggest impact during our impressionable ages. They are the main architect in making their students a global citizen. We live in a global world, and it's very important we come across such teachers who can fill us with that positiveness. And generally, what we try to do is we try and absorb a lot of things from how they conduct their work and the path that they show us. For a teacher, it is also very important that each one of their students turns out to be a success in life. So this is a tremendous responsibility which they need to handle. If you go through the stories of successful people, there are many instances in which they are publicly credited teachers to be their inspiration and reasons for success. This can only happen through dedicated service. We have been, actually, we and all the other guys, millions of people have been we have been lucky to come across generational teachers like Father Denzil. The humility, simplicity, and dedication with which he conducts his work is really inspiring for all of us.
You rightly said, Anand, because yes, they are the role model to us, and Father Denzil has got a package of everything. Perfectly you have said. Well, now I'm going to Dr. Prabhu, Dr. Ananth Prabhu. Yeah, over to you.
Yeah, so I have written a book which is called as Little Black Book for Teachers. And in that book, there are 10 qualities of good teachers. So good teachers are strong communicators. They listen well. They focus on collaboration. They're adaptable. They're engaging. They show empathy. They have patience. They have real world learning. They show real world learning. They share best practices, and they're lifelong learners. So these are the 10 qualities of good teachers. Now, what are the qualities of a great teacher? The qualities of the great teacher is one who has got all these 10 qualities, and that's Father Denzil.
Thank you.
Wow.
So you've written a book of Father Denzil only, actually.
Undoubtedly.
Yeah. Okay, those who have not read the book, then we can ask for a book then, Dr. Anand.
Yeah, it's called Little Black Book for Teachers. It was released by Nirmala Sitharamanji a few years back, probably in 2015. That book talks about what are the qualities one should have in order to engage impactful classes and make an impact when it comes to students.
Wow.
That's nice. So I'll go to Pabhu Mundkur now, our actor today.
As we all know, Acharya Devo Bhava. So I can say teacher is God, and I have seen one of the best God in Father Denzil, and he has been my mentor for past 16 years now. And it feels great that, as Anand sir said, that, among millions of students, we coming across some teachers like Father Denzil. It feels very great. Thank you so much, Father.
Yeah, welcome.
Right.
Very nicely said, Prabhu. Yeah. Basically, the reason why we bought this show is to thank the teachers, and I believe many have been they have got this interest to call the teachers and thank them. And whenever you call a teacher who is Father Denzil today, when you call him, only that small talk with him only makes him feel so happy. I believe I think so that we all should do that, and that's the inspiration what we are trying to give it to all our students who are coming across. So over to Dikshith now.
Father Denzil, he's a perfectionist. So I think that is one thing we really learned from him. Like when you do something, do it like 100%, right? And he even during I remember even during our college days, he's very approachable. That's one great quality that everyone should learn, right? So you need to know what's happening around, and for that you need to be approachable. And he was always there, right? We could walk into his cabin, though we were very scared. We could still walk in, and he used to make us very comfortable. He used to listen to us, and that's a great quality, right? And there's a lot to say about Father Denzil, but teachers play an extremely important role. I say at every stage, now even when we are in business, right? There's so much more to learn. What we learned is very, very little, right? And what we have achieved is a fraction of it, right? So at different stages, I think we need to look for great mentors and learn from them. And as much as, whatever you have learned, we should also share it with others. And Father Denzil definitely has taught us all of it.
Thank you.
Right.
Another thing about Father Denzil, he keeps in touch with everyone.
Absolutely.
That's a very nice thing. It makes a big difference. Saying hello.
It takes a lot of effort too. And he does it. Yeah, he really puts in that.
And to be very frank, to get everybody into one picture, he's the focal point. If you want to communicate with any of your old friends, just ask Father Denzil. He will connect you and he will help you out. That's a very good thing what he has got. So let me go with Brian now. Brian, over to you.
I firmly believe, and I believe all of us truly agree to that fact, that after parents, during that adolescence age, the maximum time a child spends is with the students after parents. Teachers do play a very important role in building up the society. If the student is like clay, the teacher is the craftsman, who is able to craft his craft in practice, and he can mold the student, and results obviously we can see it today. All the people over here who have been successful in their career profile have somewhere been associated with a great craftsman, Father Denzil. We used to call him Father Denzi at that point of time. So he is a very important role. I can see him being a bit emotional right now. I can, to a certain extent, to answer Rajesh's question over here, I can relate to it because my wife, she herself is a teacher. She teaches over here for kindergarten students, and she this is one generation of students, where only you can communicate. And when I'm talking kindergarten, is like age group is where they themselves are not able to communicate properly, and yet you need to understand them and relate with them. So, she has been even had the privilege or the chance to even, interact with autistic children. And I myself have been a witness of seeing, some emotional letters, given by some parents mentioning, how their child was before, getting enrolled to a school. And through the influence or the power of or a craft, which craftsman like a teacher does, what are the changes they are able to witness. I've seen, my wife still has those, greeting cards and letters. So, undoubtedly, the teachers, as generations move forward, they, build up a lot of influence towards the society. And, how you treat the students pass it over to the next generation, and then it goes to the next generation. So, I feel very proud today that we have come, from a generation where we didn't have, at that point of time to study. We never had, we didn't have internet, till 1999, we didn't have that great influence of internet, in Mangalore. In fact, first time I saw YouTube was, probably when I just graduated from engineering. Till that time, we didn't even have, any access. When I see the current generation, as what Father Denzil rightly said, the memorizing, which is, a major drawback in the current generation, needs to be rectified. Probably that is one of the reasons why, the government has come up with its national education policy, where they are revamping the infrastructure, which I presume would be good for the future generation. So, and I personally believe that, a teacher with his skill can inculcate, a belief which would, generally pass on to the next generation of students, and they would definitely, be able to skill their, career with that, tools, because a teacher can only guide you, to a certain level. It's like, a driving instructor. A driving instructor can only tell you the rules and regulations how to drive on a road. But once you, have learned the driving, from there you're on your own. So the same thing is what, the teachers do. The same thing is what Father Denzil has done. He has made sure that, we learn all these skills, and then, from there, you're the driver of your own journey. So teachers, yes, definitely play a very, very important role, in the generations going forward, and that's a major influence. It contributes to the economic development of a society as well.
Perfectly said, Brian. Perfectly said. Because see, whatever we have learned theoretical in the college and the values, we are now doing all practical, and the teachers have showed all the values, all the teachings, and as well as Dikshith also said the same thing, whatever the theoretically, whatever we had done during that time, we are now utilizing the whole concept in our life. I really agree with that. Valerian, what do you say about it?
Yes, thank you. And the whole idea or the objective behind this show is to bring and keep it alive, that Guru Deva Bhava, as Prabhu said, Acharya Deva Bhava, to keep it alive and go ahead and tell the current generation that how important is the teacher. And it should not remain on the Teachers' Day, but it should be throughout the 365 days of the students, and even after that. Father Denzil is raising the hand now as a student. Yes, Father Denzil.
Yeah. See, really, the teachers who have taught us from 1st standard to 10th standard and PUC are very important. They are the ones who mold us into what we are. Later, when you come to degrees, not much of influence you can have. I mentioned names of Mr. Suresh Shetty sir, and then Ravindra Rao. Mr. Suresh Shetty was online. He sent a message thanking me for mentioning his name. These are the persons who have really molded us. Then one more, Mr. Kaluraya, he taught me chemistry. He is. Then one more person when I taught me in PUC was now later Kadambritaya. He taught me mathematics, and that has made a big difference because I took interest in mathematics, etc. Therefore, teachers at the lower level have a very important role in forming young people to be what they are today. And somehow I have been able to relate to my own students at the PU level and the degree level and also at the postgraduate level, because maybe I have a rapport with them. I treated them as friends. And then what I have been doing is promote young people. See, you push them a little so that they will take initiatives and they become somebody big. And I'm very happy that my friends are here. I thank each and every one of you. Ananth, thank you very much. And then Pabhu Mundkur, an actor, I wish very soon you will compete, you will become as famous as Rajkumar. I wish it will happen very soon. Then Dikshith, wish you all the best. You are doing wonderful work as a CEO, and Anand also is a CEO of company. So very happy. And then Brian, young Brian. So wish you all the best. Thank you very much for coming and participating in this. And again, once again, I would like to thank Mr. Valerian and Rajesh for organizing this program, for inviting me to be here with the students. And I hope many people have watched this program and they have been inspired by what young people had to say about me.
Thank you, Father. And this is not the end of the show. We have still 5 minutes to go because we have to take a break. My studio is asking to take a break, and we'll come back in 30 seconds. And after that, the last final 5 to 7 minutes will be there. Yes. Yeah. Thank you. And break now. Yes.
Yes.
Blue Royal Diamond draws together and empowers highly experienced, skilled, and unskilled laborers from diverse fields to lend their services to leading companies. This enables those companies to achieve their target in a scheduled timeframe. You can mail us at Blue Royal Group of Companies, PO Box number 81190, Dubai, UAE, or contact us at telephone number +9 714 2327 229.
Yes, back to live, and we are in the last part of the show.
Valerian, before you go to the last question, I would just like to announce to all our Aloysians guys. There is a thing which is happening in Aloysius College, Donate a Tree. So be a part and donate a tree to the school. It's a very nice initiative they have taken, and I think so we should be a part of it. It's just an announcement would like to make. Yeah. Go ahead, Valerian.
Thank you. Thank you, Rajesh. And we come to the last question of the show. What are your thoughts on the show and message to the viewers? I will start with Dikshith first.
Yeah, it's an opportunity for us to thank our teacher. I mean, it's fantastic. We have to respect that because, like Father Denzil actually said, PU is very, very critical. This is a phase where you either go here or there. And I've gone through a journey, a phase, and turned spiritual much later, and it has really helped, right? So one extreme to another extreme. Teachers are amazing, and I think a lot of students definitely value it, but they understand the value once they get out and see the world. And thanks for connecting with our teacher.
Thank you, and I'll go to Anand now. What do you think of this particular show, Namaste Teacher, and what are your messages to the viewers?
First of all, I would like to thank you, Mr. Valerian and Mr. Rajesh, for giving us this opportunity to show, to appreciate and show our gratitude towards our teacher. Maybe we have been present for Father Denzil, but we have the same feeling for few of our other teachers, and we don't get such opportunities. I think it's a wonderful platform for us to acknowledge the unsung heroes, that is our teachers. And the message to the viewers is, you also raised it, please to reach out to their teachers or mentors and make them feel appreciated and acknowledged. I'm sure it will give them immense joy and also some wonderful memories to recollect. And I would also request our viewers to suggest names of their favorite teachers to the News Karnataka team.
Yes.
So you can come with the other teachers and they can also be there on this platform. And to Father D, thank you for being part of our life. We have been really fortunate to have you as our teacher and mentor. We pray to God to give you the strength to carry on your wonderful work ahead. And finally, I would like to wish News Karnataka team the very best in the future and look forward to more such noble programs from their platform. All the very best.
Thank you. And thank you. And let's go to Prabhu now.
Dr. Ananth.
There are two Prabhus.
Yeah, two Prabhus.
Prabhu, not I will call Dr. Ananth. Pabhu Mundkur, yes. Pabhu Mundkur, yes.
Yeah. First of all, thank you, Valerian and Rajesh sir, for creating something like this kind of a platform to actually thank our teachers. And I mean, this is like the right utilization of the technology, what we have right now, having all the current scenario in place. And with respect to message for the viewers, I can say, as our parents, or even me being a father right now, even till my last breath or till my parents' last breath, they just want to see our kids being, successful or being happy. I'm sure it is the same with the teachers. They are no different than parent. So, I really thank Father Denzil for everything, even the smallest of smallest information or the message, whatever you have given. And I try to apply that in my day-to-day life. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you, Pabhu Mundkur. And I go to Dr. Ananth. You yourself are a teacher now. And what are your thoughts on the show? And what's the message to the viewers?
On the very onset, it's a fantastic show because I have never seen a show like this where teachers are honored, because we live in a country where teachers are revered. We give the stand of God to teachers. So the fantastic show, sir. And I wish and pray that you have many more episodes, not 100, maybe 1,000, because this region has got so many good teachers and they should all come forward. But I would like to tell one thing, sir, that the whole world reveres Father Denzil as a teacher. All right. But we regard Father Denzil as a guru, because there is a lot of difference between a teacher and a guru. A teacher is one who guides you a way to better life. But a guru is someone who upbrings you to live that life in a better way. And that is what Father Denzil is. Thank you, Father. We are blessed and honored to be your students.
Thank you.
Valerian, he is Pakka author. The way how he tells, exactly.
No, definitely, because I know there is a different difference between guru and
I was not aware of it, but I came to know through Dr. Anand.
I know about it. Yes, and Acharya is also different from guru, from teacher. So definitely, Dr. Ananth, thank you very much. And let's go to Brian now. What are your thoughts on the show and the message to the viewers?
Actually, this has been a fantastic platform being created, and I really thank Valerian and Rajesh and the other people who have been, the force behind starting an initiative like this in Mangalore. As what rightly said by my other fellow students, ex-students, my from alumni and alumni of Aloysius. I believe, as what everybody has said, there are a lot of teachers who don't get their recognition, and a platform like this brings that forward. Generally, you don't get to see it. Like if I meet Father Denzil, I thank him, but you rarely get an opportunity where everybody can see that, okay, I'm thanking him. This has been an excellent platform where the entire world can see that how the ex-students recollect the past memories with the teacher, and those nostalgic moments, how they are recreated and how they are lived up and cherished even to this day. Message to the viewers is like all the students who are looking at this show, please don't take shortcuts, study hard, okay, and spend quality time with your parents, because these are the years where once you finish your education and you start building up your career, your primary focus is building up a career. You miss that bonding with your parents. So this is the time where the students should be able to spare equal time with their parents, because that is not something which can come back later. I can relate to it now. In fact, in the past 2 years, where I've hardly been able to come back to India for the reasons which is everybody's known. There hasn't been a single day where I've not spoken to my parents, and I do understand, what they are going through. So, the message to the students who are viewing this is no shortcuts, study hard, and love your parents, love your teachers, because these moments cannot be recreated once you start your professional life. I wish all the best to all the students and all the dignitaries who are here for a brilliant future ahead, and hope to meet at least all of you all in due course of time. It would be a fantastic experience. The Denzil has moved to Bangalore whenever time permits, and we would definitely like to catch up with you in Bangalore. If you are coming to Bangalore, we would definitely try to make a chance to even meet you in Bangalore as well.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Brian. And finally, it is over to you, Father Denzil. And what are your thoughts on the show, and what is your message to the viewers?
I'm very happy that News Karnataka, under the guidance of Mr. Valerian and Mr. Rajesh, has organized this program. And already we have had, I think, 8 or 9 teachers who have been had interaction with their students and appreciation from students. Appreciation is very, very important in our lives. As Brian also mentioned, sometimes we don't appreciate even our parents. We take them for granted. See, all the time we take people for granted. But saying I love you, I appreciate you, etc., makes a big difference in life. And that is what I have learned through in my life. So I'm very happy that this program is organized. As Dikshith said, not only 10, 15, 20, 50 teachers to be honored like this, but it will be a large number of teachers, because there are fantastic teachers. I am nothing. There are far better teachers than I am, who have really touched the minds and hearts of young people and molded them to be what they are today. And they really deserve to be honored like this, and where the students can come and say something beautiful about their teacher. So that is very happy. So I'm very happy that I have been able in some way to relate to the students, and then see that they do well. And what is important, especially in our country and everywhere, that we build bridges. That is important. I think building bridges is very, very important. We work together, irrespective of any the language, religion, caste, etc. So let us not divide our country based on all these, but unite so that we see to the progress of our country. And that is very, very important, building bridges, and appreciate people and love people. That is very important. And that is my message to people who have been listening to us. And once again, let me thank both of you, and especially thank all the 5 here, Dikshith, Brian, Pabhu Mundkur, Ananth, and then Anand, for coming over and being here for a long time. And all of you are busy people. We are spending such almost 2 hours here. So thank you very much, and God bless you. Yeah.
Thank you, Father. Thank you, Father Denzil, so much for coming for the show. Viewers, our 10th episode is another great teacher, Irene Pinto, who served almost 45 years plus as a teacher, starting from Batinda in Punjab to Suri Kumer in Beltangadi Taluk in a government primary school. She has molded lot of students in her career. Please don't forget to watch her interacting with her students today, spread across the world. And the emotions and the memories that the students are going to share with her. So next Saturday at same time, not at same time, because at 6:30 Indian Standard Time, we will have another teacher Irene Pinto from Beltangadi. And thank you very much. And to tell you, News Karnataka, which was started in 9 years back, which is in the 10th year, has rightly been awarded by Public Relations Council of India as the Media House of the Year 2021 on All India level. It's only because we are positive, And we have taken right from the beginning, step truth endures, and tell to the world that we are different. As Father said, that we are making the difference. We are building bridges across the people, and we call ourselves as People's Corporate. Our desk is free. The shareholders don't interfere, and we come and bring shows not only like Namaste Teacher. We have now brought in Subalterns, which is now going to the 9th episode, where we give the voice to the voiceless people and students who are studying, of the auto rickshaw drivers, of the weaving community, of the construction labor, those who do not have a voice, the students and the parents of these students who who have dreams, and they want to show it to the people that we are part of this generation and wants to achieve. And this is what we do differently. And we have got amazing people. We search people from all over the world, the Kannadigas, connecting Kannadigas globally to Karnataka. And this is what we are constantly doing. Our shows are being much appreciated all over the world. And we are there in 60 countries. 137 Kannadiga associations are with us. And to tell you, we are different, and we are from Karnataka, and we are from Mangalore. Thank you very much for coming to the show.
Valerian, by the way, you forgot to tell to everyone to subscribe our shows, you know?
Yes.
Subscribe, share, and comment, because that is the way how you can promote this.
So we want you want to do, you want to tell your friends, your contacts, your relatives, your friends, everybody to subscribe our YouTube channel, because these are the shows that we are coming up with, especially village TV shows, where we showcase the farmers, the agriculture people, and what they do, the changes in our society. And one more show is going to come in as Nammuru Nammavaru, where the people who are working in like institutions, the attenders, the drivers, and the electrician, the plumber, how they change our lives, how they are important in our life. Because as Father said, or all of you said, we keep, thinking that it's all right. We take it for granted. No, that's why we want to give the voice to the voiceless, and we want to showcase them, how important they are in our life. And without them, without everybody cooperating, coordinating, collaborating, we will not make the world a better place to live. Thank you very much for this show and coming in and joining in Namaste Teacher, Father Denzil, and the student Dikshith, Brian, Pabhu Mundkur, Dr. Ananth Prabhu, and Anand Fernandes. And thank you, my co-host Rajesh and Narayan, engineer from our studio. Thank you very much and good night.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. See you. Yeah. Thank you, Ananth. Yeah. Good. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye.